guys, it's Kim here. Today we'll be making chicken fried chicken with cheddar biscuits. Full recipe will be in the description and on my blog. The recipe for the cheddar biscuits is so easy. You just need 2 cups of biscuit mix or pancake mix, 1 cup of shredded cheddar, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, and you stir this together. Make a little hole in the center of the flour. This is just to prevent any overflow when we pour in the milk. Add in about 2/3 cups of milk and just mix this until you no longer see any white spots. It's easy to overmix this, so be careful. And on a baking pan, line it with parchment paper and add 8 balls of dough onto the parchment paper using spoons. This all fit perfectly onto a 1/4 sheet pan. Preheat the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit and bake this for 10 minutes or until it's lightly golden on the bottom. Melt 2 tablespoons of margarine or butter and brush them lightly onto your cheddar biscuits. Skip this step if you already have buttermilk. To make buttermilk, combine together 1 cup of milk with 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Stir it together and let it sit for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, it should be nice and thickened, just like buttermilk. I like using this because I almost never have buttermilk at home, and this is a great substitute. To make the marinade for the chicken, in a Tupperware, I add in 1 egg, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 cup of buttermilk that I just made, add in your chicken strips. I bought mine pre-cut, but you could always take boneless skinless breasts and just chop them up into tenders that are 1/2 inch thick. We want it to sit in this marinade for about 2 to 4 hours in the refrigerator. Cover this and leave it in the refrigerator. In a dish, combine together 1 cup of breadcrumbs, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, cayenne pepper, but the amount depends on how spicy you want it. I added in 1 tablespoon for hot, 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of poultry seasoning. Whisk this together well with a whisk or a fork. Once your chicken is done marinating, take it out and start coating it in the breadcrumbs, using 1 hand to pick up the chicken and another hand to just add in the flour. You designate 1 hand to pick up the chicken and another hand to touch the breadcrumbs. There will be less clumping. So since I want a thicker crust, I'm gonna actually double dip my chickens. But first I'm just gonna dip all of my chickens before going back and re-dipping everything. Right now my left hand is used for picking up the chicken and my right hand is for adding the breadcrumbs with my hands. I like to be very generous with my breadcrumbs so I could get that extra thick crust. And just to make sure it gets in everywhere without any holes. And this is how it looks when it's been dipped all once. Now I'm just going to re-dip everything. With my already coated breadcrumbs chicken, I'm going to re-dip it into the marinade and back into the breadcrumbs. And do this for the rest of the chicken. This seems like a lot of extra effort, but it's so worth it. Rather than me boring you with shots of me re-dipping everything, here's everything re-dipped a second time. I'm using my pink Dutch oven to fry this. I got this from Target for a really good price. I like frying in Dutch ovens because of the tall sides and it feels a lot safer to fry in here and it controls the temperature a lot better. I'm just going to fill this up with a whole bottle of oil and heat this to 375 degrees Fahrenheit and testing the temperature out with my thermometer. And just slowly place in my breaded chicken. We don't want to overcrowd this obviously because we're frying food. And just for things to fry evenly, we don't want to overwhelm it with a bunch of chicken. Adjust the temperatures as needed. You could lower the temperature by lowering it. And you could also lower the temperature by just adding more oil. You want to have on the side a tray or a large plate with paper on top so it could soak up all the oil to put all your yummy chicken on top. Once it's nice and golden with the internal temperature of 165, which I'm testing with my thermometer right now, it should be ready. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe as much as my boyfriend did. He said this is the best recipe I've made him so far. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to watch my previous video. Follow me on all my social media sites. Let me know if you have any questions down below about the recipe or anything else or requests. And bye!